Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Threadcast. This time, actually episode 4. I know I said episode 4 a lot last time, even though it was only episode 3. I got confused. But here we are in the real episode 4. I'm joined today by the host, the usual lineup here, and along with returning members, and probably a reoccurring member. But we'll go down the usual pecking order here. We got Grandmaster himself, the Sub-Zero guy.
Hey, what's up? Asking how my weekend's going, how my week's been.
I was gonna get there, but you got a little heavy.
But I think everybody that watches our show or listens to our show obviously knows that's how we start off. Yeah, how's our week go? My week, same thing, just different week. Did my whole movie thing with my daughter. We saw Gifted. She wanted to see Gifted. She didn't like it because she's only 8. She doesn't understand. So, but
that sounds like a scary movie.
No, Gifted
Chris
is
Evans movie, right? Captain America.
I think so. I don't know.
And his daughter.
His daughter's like a really gifted mathematician. She's like 8, and she can solve all these problems.
Right. Oh, okay.
As far as like teens and adults go, that's gonna be pretty good. If you guys go take your date out, that you and your date's gonna enjoy it. So, I'd recommend it as a date movie. As a kids movie, no, your little kids are not gonna understand it. So,
yeah. All right, and next we have another member of this podcast. Last time it was me. Now another guy turned 30. Tanner over here.
3-0. Look at that. He got the salt and pepper goatee going already.
I swear I noticed a white hair the other day in my beard, looking in the mirror. I had a little tear run down my cheek. I was going to go pluck it out, but I forgot about it.
That's character, man.
Yeah, I'll probably get it later.
Yeah, younger chicks dig it, too. So
yeah, people are going to think you know stuff now.
Yeah. Wise man.
That's the guy. And then, of course, another regular Danny.
Hello. So my week. It was alright. I actually watched La La Land.
Oh, you watched?
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. You recommended it, actually. So you enjoyed it, huh?
It was amazing. I thought I was going to hate it because it's musical and, singing in movies, it's pointless.
Yeah.
But,
I've been hearing nothing but good things, though.
Yeah, they should have won the Oscar.
Okay. That's a big talk there, all right? You're going to have to back that up later. And returning special guest, but maybe no longer a special guest, maybe an actual player here.
We got a 5th mic.
Yeah, there's a reason we bought a 5th mic.
So, yo, Adrian, how you doing?
What's up? I'm glad to be back. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be here as much as they'll have me. So it's cool. I took a couple trips up north to Riverside to have a fighter that I'm training up there. So I was on the road a lot this week. So I travel around and train a bunch of different people. So that was it, man. Just getting after this week, going hard. So weekend's here, man.
Nice,
cool. It's gonna be fun. Happy birthday too.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout outs to Tanner for turning 30.
I remember 30.
This day that we're recording here, 29th. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm 39 this year, so next one's 40. So it doesn't matter.
It sucks though. I was thinking, man, this is like 29. I can't say that I'm 20. I'm past it. Like now on the 29th day. I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna.
I was just there last week, man.
Yeah.
I've been there for almost a year. I'm turning 31 this August, man.
It's crazy. Like on 30 Rock, Jack Donnie has a great line about this. When he turns 50, actually, he tells her 50. He's like, 50 is the new 30 for men. He's like, unfortunately, 50 is still 72 for women.
That's all right. I think that's it. Well, I'm not gonna say nothing to that, but
That's right.
That's fair enough. Okay, I'll let you say it. All right, and we get quite a bit of things to get in here, so let's just hop in. We talked a little bit of comics last week. Then my dad bought us some comics, and he was kind of like, eh. But we got some more stuff to get in there. There's a big event that happened. I don't know if any of you guys read comics or used to read comics when you were younger.
A lot of Batman, yeah.
Batman, well, they usually, as a whole, the DC Comics, they would have big events. They would kind of reset the timeline because...
Like rebooting, you'd say?
Yeah, basically rebooting, but they would try to kind of keep the old stuff there still. Mm-hmm. So, because the last thing you want to do is, like, invalidate anybody's reading. Like, I've been reading Superman for, like, 5 years, and now you're going to tell me it was all the dream. Because we're starting to do it again, so...
Kind of like the Spider-Man movie. Isn't like this the 3rd time they've rebooted it?
It kind of...
Yeah, I think with this new one, Homecoming coming up.
Yeah, it's the 3rd one.
Third time.
Shut this podcast down. That's okay. And then, but basically, there's been big events. DC's famous for having the crisis events.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's why you have the different stages of superhero comics, the Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, and the Modern Age now. And then, so one of the last ones, I kind of really got big into comics during the last reboot, which was called the New 52, where they relaunched all the comics, starting it over at number 1. So you'd be like, hey, I don't have to read Superman number 565. Where the heck do I start? I can read Superman number 1 now.
Yeah. Is this for all characters or for most characters?
It was for all. They launched. It was called New 52. They launched 52 books. This happened like 2012.
So it's 52 characters then.
Yeah, well, 52 book titles, because some of them were team books like Justice League or Teen Titans or something like that.
But they obviously did the really popular. They obviously did like the real popular characters like Superman, Batman.
Oh yeah, and a lot of books left, and a lot of books, new books showed up. They didn't end up with 52 by the end of it, But that's a year. So that was going in. I got really into comics in there, and they recently, but it's been about 5 years since the New 52 started. They did another reboot.
Again.
Kind of, but it wasn't as big. It wasn't a crisis level, as they would probably say. We call Rebirth. And they're just kind of changing things because they were saying the New 52 kind of was lacking in certain things that the original comics had. And it's kind of weird because I came into this thing kind of new with the New 52. I've always been a Superman fan, but like I didn't start reading heavily into the comics until the last reboot. So now that they're doing this Rebirth, I'm kind of getting into the same problem that the people that were into the comics originally, and then when they had the first reboot, kind of the concerns they were having, like, hey, look, all this stuff I read, like, does it mean anything anymore? Because a big thing was Superman and Wonder Woman were a couple in the New 52. They did it when the New 52 started. They did away with Lois Lane, Superman.
What do you mean by did away? Like killed her off, or
no? When they rebooted the series, Superman didn't hook up with Lois Lane. He hooked up.
Is she in the story though?
She's there. Yeah, there's still Lois Lane there, but they didn't hook up.
It's an alternate story.
Well, no, it became the main. Like when they rebooted the New 52, it became the main. The standard. Yeah, they became the main continuity. It was like they never got together. Yeah, and
they're just coworkers.
Yeah, and it was Superman, Wonder Woman. And but that's when I started reading, and so that became my thing. Like I was like, okay, you have 75 years plus of Superman, Lois Lane. And they had gotten to the point where they were married and had a kid, so... And then they were like, all right, we got to reboot this because...
They rebooted that.
Yeah, they rebooted that. So.
I would be offended. Like, who would be offended?
No, I wasn't offended by that because I got in the comics because of the New 52, so... Okay. Wonder Woman and Superman kind of became like... That's my comics right now.
But I'm sure there's some, like, die-hard fans that did.
Oh, it got bad. They hated the new Superman. They hated that relationship. Mm-hmm. So when they did the recent Rebirth... They did away with the Superman Wonder Woman, and then they wrote it off like Wonder Woman was like, I dated Superman because it was easy, and then that was it. Like, so I'm like, all these stories are
like, oh, tramp.
no, like, but it invalidated what I read. I read all these stories for 5 years of Superman and Wonder Woman, and I'm like, these are amazing stories. I'm having fun. Like,
that's where you came into it.
Yeah, and then now they're like, Wonder Woman's like, I didn't care about all that, pretty much. Like, it's just a one throwaway line. And then Superman's, they had him killed at the end of the New 52 arc. So when they brought Rebirth, they brought the old Superman back, the one that was married to Lois Lane before it got rebooted. They brought him back somehow.
Has there been any DC hero out there that has died more than Superman?
Died more than Superman?
Yeah. Because, he died. Doomsday killed him the first time.
He's only died that.
Has it always
twice.
been Kryptonite or something?
He died in the Doomsday, the old 90s
Superman
comic.
Vs. Doomsday.
He died.
He didn't die.
He died in Batman vs.
I remember that cover, by
Superman.
the way, the all black cover with the dripping red.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about in total?
Yeah, total.
Yeah,
total.
Okay.
Every time I think of they have this Superman thing going, he's dying. He's dying at the end.
Even in the movie. Spoiler, but
Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
he died there.
Well, to be fair, that's taking off that storyline.
Yeah, okay.
Against Doomsday, so you might be right there. I don't think any. As far as in the comics, it's tough because they never really die. Like
always comes back though.
Superman didn't really die against Doomsday. He just went to sleep or something.
Oh, yeah, that explains it all.
And
that's a cool power. Instead of dying, you just go to sleep.
He just lost too much blood and passed out.
Well, it was like I was waiting for that in the movie. It's like when he supposedly died. I'm like, just get him to the sun, kids.
Well, like at the end in his coffin, weren't like the pebbles rising up or something.
And
like that?
he is going to be in Justice League. We don't know in what capacity or how long or.
Because they haven't shown him, or
he's been shown in like promotional footage, like when they have the posters.
Okay.
He's standing there with the rest of the crew.
So obviously he's
Nothing
leaked.
in
He's
the-
going to be in there.
The trailers
He
I've
will
seen.
be- yeah, nothing. No, I hope they don't give that away in the trailers. I want to see that in the movie. Actually.
No.
I get what you're saying,
I
like,
will.
because they've done a lot of like just, I don't know if it's teasing or messing around with like Superman's broads, because you think it's like, you got Supergirl, you got Wonder Woman, Lois Lane. Then remember Lana Lane from
Yeah, Lana Lane.
Smallville?
Well, she remains like his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Like,
that's
how
still
many
there.
lanes did he have? So he has a Lana Lane and a Lois
Lois
Lane.
Lane. Well, it's Lana Lang. Lois Lane.
Oh, okay. Lana
Sorry.
Lane. Yeah. You know what? She's my favorite too. That one from Smallville.
From Smallville. Yeah. Lana.
Christina Kirk. She's my favorite.
Terrible
She's
Chung Li
awesome.
though. If you guys don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible Chung Li.
What you guys think about Big Michael Clark Duncan as Balrog?
No. Oh man. Anyways, we're
But
getting,
you know what she was the best in? That actress, Christina Kirk, when she was in
Beauty and the Beast.
no, well that was good. Euro Trip.
All right.
Remember when she was Scotty Doesn't Know? She was a girlfriend at the
Right.
end.
Right.
That's a good song too, by the way. That's a real song.
It wasn't
Know.
weren't like a lot of people shocked because Matt Damon made like a cameo in that?
Yeah, he made a quick little cameo.
Yeah, they're like, is that Matt
And
Damon?
he was already a superstar at that point too.
Not to go off topic, but did anybody see Beauty and the Beast? I doubt it, right?
The new one?
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh,
with my
the new
daughter.
one.
With my daughter, of course.
My mom saw it.
I wanted to see it just because.
I want to see it because of
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson. She's fucking hot.
There you go. You
There
heard
we
about
go.
Good looking gal.
the Sub-Zero
Oh
guys.
yeah.
Anyway,
The Sub-Zero guy's mouth is so.
Oh, come on. Okay, 1, 2, there's 5 guys right here. You're telling me the 4 of you would not get with Emma Watson if you
I would
could?
in a heartbeat.
Come on now.
Hey, it was all she's hot. Yeah, love Emma Watson.
There you go. Plenty of Emma Watson support
Big
over
fan.
here. But yeah, comics. Getting back to the comics. Yeah. So now I'm going through what these guys were going through. The guys that were complaining when the new 52 came in and I got into comics, I'm like, why is everybody getting mad about this? This is cool. And then now I'm on their side now almost because they're changing things. They did the big rebirth event. Superman's back with Lois Lane. They killed my Superman and they threw away the Wonder Woman Superman relationship. I'm like, I bought these comics. I have comics stacked sitting at home with Wonder Woman Superman, all the stories they went through, and now it's just like in a throwaway line that she told to Steve Trevor, like, I did Superman because it was easy.
yeah.
Oh, so sorry to interrupt, but like in a personal
Little
preference.
slap in the face almost.
Yeah, I would.
So
think,
as a
yeah.
personal preference, you actually buy the comic books. You don't download them off your computer to look, or have you done
Oh,
that
you mean
before?
no? Like illegally, like just.
Yeah, like you paid for it, like because like a lot. I've heard that like you pay for it, of course, and a lot of people just watch the comics or show the comics with a laptop.
Marvel's
Oh,
got-
they do have a digital. Yeah, I have bought digital comics from DC Comics.
But do you prefer physical copies?
I actually prefer. I don't know if I have a preference. I like having the comics in my hand. They're kind of cool, but carrying them around is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And
do you get mad if they get bent or dented or anything like
Oh
that?
no, I don't
Not-
care.
you don't
Comics are meant to. To me, comics are meant to be read and
Yeah.
used. And if I see wear and tear on a
So you're-
comic, it's just.
So you're actually a real.
You know, you
fan.
enjoyed it.
You're
Yeah,
a real
I want-
fan if you hey, I just want to get the story and I want to see it. 'Cause some people like
Do you have it in your?
they'll hold that as like, I this is gold. This is my treasure. And you just like the story.
Yeah.
So I mean, you feel like almost betrayed, huh? It's like what
Kind
did
of
they
like
do?
I'm starting to see what all these guys when they were complaining, like, what the heck, Superman's not with Lois Lane. I can't. And then now I'm starting to see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You know, with the whole like, what now he's not with Wonder Woman. He's back with Lois Lane. That's fine. But the way they just kind of threw it away,
Like it was
it's like
nothing.
yeah,
Really
like
nothing.
like I bought your guys' comics for this 5 years. You know.
They're like, see, this is how we felt.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of the, like, when you buy physical issues on Marvel, I know that most of them you can get like a digital download through the app, which is kind of cool. So you can.
Right. Yeah. I think that's only a Marvel initiative right now. But
But that works well on the phone because then you can kind of tap on like the left or right side and it advances the panels and it does it in like a cool, nice zoom. The
yeah, that's
transitions
what
are really good.
I was about
and-
to say. The digital comics kind of there's direction there. Like
Yeah.
they tell you where to look, and it has zoom in.
It does nice zoom on the
Oh,
text first,
Yeah,
and then
the
it'll do
way
zoom
it
out.
tells the
to-
story is pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, because listen, whenever you get new technology like that, you might as well use it to make something a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
You know, if it's if you can do something extra with it, do something extra with it. That's cool.
And in the end, the art actually looks better than it does in the comic book because it's not printed. You're getting like that,
Yeah.
like the actual digital file that probably the artist sent in. You know,
That's
like
true,
it's just
yeah.
straight from there. You know.
That's cool.
Yeah, very high quality. The panels are all zoomed in and look nice and clear. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of confusing. Yeah, hey, listen, you want them to be creative. You want them to be creative with the storylines. You want them to come up with stuff. But when they go all over the map like that, like you said, like they deceived you, and then the people before you, it's just like, kind of hold on to a base, so you're not all over the map with it, because, just when you start going all over the map, it's just like the whole thing, like jumping the shark, what they say. You always, like comics, or any show like that, but something as sacred as comics, always got to be careful of jumping the shark.
Yeah, and
when is that too much? And this might be too much, man. And Superman's timeless.
Right.
And if you screw up Superman,
right,
you fucked up bad. You can't screw up Superman.
To be fair, he's not an easy character to get right all the consistently.
Exactly.
It's very easy to fall into like a boring loop with Superman, but. I love the stories all the same, and I'm still reading, not as much. It definitely, cut back my reading like massively. Like on my birthday last week, I went and bought a bunch of comics, but they were all from the New 52, which is before the big reboot. So
if you cut back just because of time, or would you say because of money, or?
I cut back because of how I feel about I feel about the events that happen.
Really?
Like,
wow.
Yeah, like. The fact that it's because nobody wants to hear what they've been buying and reading for the past 5 years.
It means like nothing.
Means
right?
nothing anymore, Because they have done reboots before where they kept all the old stuff in, or at least acknowledged it not to say like this never happened, or they paid respect to the things that came before. But some things are like, well, the fans hated this, or the majority of the fans hated this.
Yeah, I think
so let's toss it.
Yeah, I think if you reboot, like me personally, if I was going to reboot something, if I knew everyone hated it, okay, I'd get rid of it. If everyone liked it, let's add it back in a little bit here and there,
Well, look at you can probably speak to this because look at the way Mortal Kombat did their big reboot. They didn't reboot the series by tossing everything that came before. They had everything play out in all the old MK games, but then they went back in time and said we get to tell our story again, but not by throwing everything away.
Yeah. So what happened is they when MK9 started, it showed Raiden and Shao Kahn on the pyramid fighting, and Shao Kahn's about to kill Raiden. And then Raiden has the vision about, okay, he must win. And then it goes like back to the present day, and it's Raiden from the first tournament.
Right, MK1.
Yeah, that's when the whole first tournament started. That's how he kept doing things differently. It had a time, whatever it's called, a paradox or whatever.
Yeah, but you got to replay MK1, but they got to do their new stuff.
Yeah, you got to be like, for example, Smoke was supposed to become Cyborg, not Sub-Zero. So that's what happened is Raiden saved Smoke, and then but okay, you saved Smoke, but we're gonna capture Sub-Zero instead, and that's how Cyber Sub came.
Right, but the way they did it was so smart. They didn't throw away what happened before. They just said, look, they just turned it into like, this is the bad timeline basically. Yeah. Everything bad happened here, and then now we get a chance to retell you the story and make it different.
And not only that, NetherRealm did a fantastic job at that too. It was a good reboot. When they're trying to add in the old with the new, they did I think a perfect job at that.
It was freaking amazing. Even I was like, this is freaking smart. It's so smart. I mean, the X-Men movies, more or less, were kind of on that path, but they since then they dropped the ball. But when they did their like Days of Future Past, having new actors.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, like they had, they have like First Class. They had new actors playing the characters Magneto, but then they still kept the original actors too. And saying like, look, this is the past, and then this is the future,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, it's
cool.
that was crazy.
Like they didn't disrespect or toss away what came before.
No.
It's all together now,
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example.
Mhm.
That was the best way to fuse those two.
Mm-hmm.
They did an awesome job with that. I mean, that's the gold standard right there when you want to like example of how you fuse different characters over past time. At that point. It got to a point right there, Days of Future Past, where it could have got really, really confusing. Because they did prequels, they did future, they did present.
Different actors.
Different actors. That could have, and once you saw the movie, you picked up, you were able to put it together. So to me, that right there, Days of Future Past, is the goal. Here's how you do it. Because they were in a tricky situation right there where it could have got, very confusing, and they didn't miss a beat.
Yeah,
they didn't miss a beat, and they were able to put it all together.
Like I said, since then they've kind of messed up, and like MK9, I would have to put as a gold standard, and keeping it on NetherRealms here. a new game coming out. We've been talking about it for a while on this podcast.
Well, we talk about it every week
I
because
think I've typed up the name on every like.
yeah. Well, because every week a new trailer comes out, which is good. It keeps your fans, your fan base in touch.
They do a good job of
and
working all that stuff.
And the game we're talking about.
out.
Yeah, but when we do talk about Injustice 2, we're talking about something new. We're not bringing up old crap, so...
Yeah, shut up, Captain Coles.
Yeah.
But
you were last week's.
Yeah, you were 2 weeks ago, actually, I think. Or maybe last week. I don't even know. It all blurs together, but... Yeah, this time's a little different. We're on the eve of release. I think by the next podcast it should be out, or we still got another 2. I'm not quite sure.
We got 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do a YouTube video probably today, because I like doing YouTube videos when I'm having a few beers here and there. It's going to be like one of my my final MKX gameplay footages. So I'm going to try to throw in a bunch of Scorpion, Kano, and Sub-Zero matches in, because I don't see myself playing, even though I love Mortal Kombat so much, it's my number one game, I don't see myself playing it anymore after Injustice 2 comes out.
There's a fighting game sale going on PlayStation right now, and I was gonna buy MKX and Street Fighter, but I'm like, wait, once Injustice comes out, we're both probably not gonna be playing those games.
And you know what's weird too? Like, speaking of competitive fighting games, all my friends on Twitter are saying, because I do play Ryu in Street Fighter, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty decent at it.
I have to have some words with you about it.
Yeah. Everyone's like, okay, why don't you play Injustice 2 and Street Fighter at EVO? And I was like, I'm more of a NetherRealm guy. I'll think about it, but 100% sure I want to play Injustice 2 at EVO. And if I have to pick just on trailers alone, I'm going to be the Deadshot guy. So, but again, we'll have to see what character I like.
Yeah, and probably the big news that's been coming out lately, we got 2 new character reveals, so to speak, and one of them being the Joker.
Oh, God.
Well, we'll go around to each one of you. So starting with the Grandmaster.
Oh, God, okay. I mean,
everybody should try to do their best to Joker laugh.
No, that's bad.
I like his gameplay. I like his mechanics. He has probably so far the best super critical art in the game, where he throws you on the electric chair, he beats the crap out of you with the crowbar, and then he electrocutes you.
That's cool.
I like. What else I like about it too is they actually had to do it to Robin. How they killed?
Of course.
The same way they killed what's his name, Jason Todd.
Second Robin.
Yeah, same super.
But he didn't actually die though.
No, he did. And
I thought he came back as like the Red Hood or.
Oh, he came back. No, he died. But
who's the Red Hood? It's not.
It's Jason Todd.
Okay, it's not Dick Grayson though.
No, Dick Grayson became Nightwing. He stayed
Nightwing.
Good,
okay,
but,
yeah.
Real quick in there, this is not gonna make.
Drake is like the current.
He is Robin. The current Robin running the team.
Who is?
Well, no, he's not. No, he's not. He is a Robin. He goes by the name Red Robin, but the current Robin right now, and the Robin in that trailer that we watched.
The Robin in the trailer is Damian Wayne.
Which is the son
I thought
Bruce.
he died. He died in the comics, though, right?
No, in the Injustice comics, Damian Wayne accidentally killed Dick Grayson, Nightwing. He yelled at him, and then he made Dick Grayson trip on a rock and
killed him by yelling at him.
Well, he threw one of Dick Grayson's weapons at him, and he caught him off guard and hit him in the head. And when he fell over, his neck landed on a rock and boom, broke his neck.
That's how they wrote that, huh?
Yeah, and
genius writing, by the way.
Wow.
Hey, to be fair, the Injustice comics are insanely popular. It started off as just a simple prequel comic. And they've done about 3 years worth of that Injustice comic. It's amazing how big it got. But yeah, that death particularly wasn't very well done.
Getting back to the Joker,
Damian Wayne.
I'll tell you what, as far as his gameplay goes, I love it. I think it's pretty perfect, pretty good. I like how he has the rushdown move where he just runs at you and he beats the crap out of you with the crowbar to the ground. He has like this play gun that he shoots at you, and if it connects, it explodes. Like when you shoot a play gun, like the POW flag pops up.
The bang flag.
Yeah, or POW or bang. Well, it actually goes flying across the screen. If it hits you, it sticks to you and it blows up. Mm-hmm. He has some kind of poisonous gas can that he rolls at you. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's like some kind of green gas. He rolls it at you. I think it's a low attack.
It's both low and high.
Low and well, that's how it was in Injustice 1, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Injustice 2, he throws it and rolls it. That's correct. You're right, Danny. And then he looks like he has some pretty good, decent combos. As far as the looks department goes, I do not like that emo look.
Here we go.
I'll tell you what I like and I don't like about it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Was his knife green in that trailer too?
No, it was a regular knife.
Okay.
It was a regular knife.
It was a giant
I thought
knife.
it was
a giant butcher
Rambo
looking
size
knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that he's emo looking. What I do like is he has the scars on his face. I've always loved those scar smile. Like, now I'm always smiling. I've always loved that.
Taking from my
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's carved or if he wrote it in blood, but on his chest, in his stomach area, he has "ha-ha" written in blood, or it's either written in blood or it's carved. So that's what I do like about it. I just do not like that emo look. Personally speaking.
Okay. Well, let's move down the line here, Adrian. What do you think?
Well, so I see what they're trying to do. So they're trying to blend the Heath Ledger one with the scars with the
Jared
with
Leto.
the pretty boy, the Jared Leto one. But like with doing that, like you said, emo, I kind of got the impression like, no, like this dude used to do drugs and not like the cool drugs. like this dude used to it's like the huff and paint or tweak, like meth drugs.
What about bath salts?
Yeah,
Say
I was about
bath
to say
salts?
Bath salts, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't doing cool stuff like, I'm using marijuana, a little bit of blow, I'm having scotch,
Yeah, I'm having a few beers here and
Or
there.
even a couple oxys to take the edge off. No, he was a tweaker,
That's his intro. He walks on stage and just
Yeah.
hits up some heavy duty drugs.
Yeah, dude, he's like
He
smoke, like smoking meth and like it was just a little bit,
You're like, yo, Joker, chill out, man. Even for you, that's too much.
Listen, you got money, dude. Do grown-up drugs.
I don't know if he got money.
Oh, he burned all his money. Didn't he make a couple like a?
Oh, okay. If you can
Yeah,
burn that
yeah,
much,
Well, in
man.
the movie, right? He did burn all the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like I'm only burning my half.
Yeah.
but if you,
That was a good scene too, and he did. He
put it
kind of
this way,
slides
if
down
you
the
have
pile.
money to literally burn, that means you have extra money to get what you want. You can pay for good drugs. Okay.
Yeah, I like the part where he goes.
Yeah.
By the way, this suit it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
You want to know? You bought it.
Yeah. You can pay for
Yeah, that's a
good
good Joker
drugs.
voice, actually.
Yeah, he does a good one. Thank you. And
I do great Joker impressions if I have a few beers in me.
Yeah.
And reminder, it is Tanner's birthday, so I'll probably have about 26
about
more.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30
Well,
more.
you gotta get
30 more.
You gotta get 30.
I think-
30 for 30, man.
I'm at 3.
Yeah, 3.
30 for 30. Keep
I
the
thought it was
ESPN, son.
27.
Yeah.
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 And
So
don't forget, when you go to Dave & Buster later tonight, get that liquid cocaine shot.
Yeah. That's actually a drink. That's not really liquid cocaine.
Or is it?
You
Kind
can order
of.
both. I like
Yeah.
the shots, though.
But it's just like anything. Listen with and like, you had a couple great actors play. The Joker. We were talking Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. These
I really
are
don't
actors. These are our Academy Award winners. So like now, anytime you put Joker out, it's gonna be tricky. It's going to be scrutinized. The Joker is a tricky thing to do. So they're trying to combine, two of them.
Yeah.
They're
I can see
combining.
that.
Yeah, they're combining the guy with the scars and the pretty boy. You're gonna be like one or the other. Which one are you gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's just combine them both.
yeah. So it's like you just combine both, and sometimes when you do that, you come up with a tweaker. That's what they got.
There you go. And Tanner, what you got on this?
I can see that. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
he kind of comes off that way. I didn't really play Injustice too much, and
I didn't play it at
probably will
all.
get the second one. Probably not right away, but I know you guys are the fighting game.
I'll be there.
experts,
I'll be there at
so-
midnight. I'll be posting videos about
Yeah.
12.
I got mine on Amazon, so
Nice.
this should be.
But for me to look at the video and kind of like try to break it down and analyze the fighting style and everything and look at what he's doing, it's kind of over my head because I'm not really too like sunk into that realm of fighting games.
Yeah.
He looks like a cool character. I do remember some of those moves from the first one, so that's
Right,
kind of
yeah.
cool that some of those came back. The look is I was a little surprised when I first saw it,
Sorry.
but I wasn't digging it too much. I guess it's fine though. I mean,
There's some things to say about the looks, but
I mean, I'm glad they're doing
he
something.
has the purple suit. He's got some of the iconic stuff.
Yeah.
From there, it's just they're trying to make something new.
They're trying to make something new. Most people don't like it.
It's not that new though. Actually, I mean, if you said it's borrowing from some other.
well, I'll say right now.
But I'll say it again. I'm really happy that they brought the scar smile back. I've always loved that about the Joker, having those scars on his face.
Yeah.
Always loved that.
Well, Danny, your thoughts on Joker?
I mean, his moves are all right. They brought him back from the first Injustice.
Did you play him at all in
yeah.
Injustice 1? You did?
Yeah,
How'd you
yeah,
like him in Injustice 1?
They were just pretty sick. You can counter like most of the jump air. Like,
Okay. I never played Injustice, so this is why I'm asking. Would you consider him top tier, low tier, mid tier? How would you consider him?
I consider him a low tier.
A low tier character?
Because he's not that, for me, he didn't do that much
And
damage.
Rodrigo, do you disagree about that?
Yeah, I'd have
do you
to put him
consider
at
him?
mid-tier. The
See
problem was...
his face right now.
if you can see me, grin my
Yeah,
teeth.
he actually shook this room, so I had to talk to him. No.
No, but,
What would you consider? So obviously your opinion's different. Do you consider him high tier or mid tier?
I'd put him at mid-tier. He had a lot of issues at first because his character trait was like basically a parry. Was like a counter where he would just dodge with the knife, and people weren't sure really what to do with it, and the timing on it was almost impossible at first. But then they did work on him later on. But yeah, I don't think he ever went past mid-tier.
Well, the guy who won the MKX Evo. We all know who he is, but for you guys out there who don't know who he is, Sonic Fox, the guy who always wins the Mortal Kombat tournaments. He actually played a lot of Joker,
right? Yeah, he did.
So he was pretty good with him. So,
but I don't think it was due to Joker being high tier. He wasn't really played that much. So I don't think really.
Yeah, and I don't know how he did it in Injustice. I don't know if he was a good player in Injustice or a top player in Injustice.
Sonic Fox.
Yeah, do you know?
Towards the end of he was tearing up Injustice for sure.
So would you say he's probably top 8, top 12, or is that too?
You mean the Joker?
No, Sonic Fox.
Oh, Sonic Fox, definitely top 5.
Really?
By the end of Injustice run, yes.
Wow. And he was playing he was playing Joker, and who else? I know he doesn't play just one character.
Yeah, I don't remember, and I think he wasn't really. I don't think it was the Joker he was winning. It might have been Batman, because Batman was definitely one of the characters that you would see a ton of mirror matches of.
But I brought that up because I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of Sonic Fox playing
the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he was winning tournaments more with Batman.
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but. And anything else, Danny, on the thing before I get into it?
I just hate his hair.
Okay.
Hate his hair?
I hate his hair.
Okay, so here we go.
Well, let me get back to Danny. Let me get back to Danny really quick.
Go for it.
Danny, did you pre-order, or are you going to buy Injustice 2?
I'm gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna pre-order.
Okay, so when you buy it, who are you looking forward to playing as?
Aquaman.
What about number 2? Your pocket. Who do you?
I'd say Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Well, you're not going to pre-order, so you don't get Darkseid.
Yeah, you got to pay $5.
Oh, Omega Beams.
What do you think of? Let me just bring up 2 random characters. What do you think of Captain Cold or Deadshot?
Captain Cold. I just saw how fast he's moving.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So do you guys know how many characters are supposed to be?
A lot, actually.
Yeah.
Apparently the Joker finished off the initial roster.
Okay.
So
is he also with the pre-order, or is he just
no? He's
part
in the
of
game, but
standard?
also it doesn't make sense story-wise because I don't think the Joker's in the story.
Wait,
shouldn't
bro.
be.
I know you got big thoughts on this. This was your thing. I know you got big thoughts on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
All right, so
you've been seething. I've seen him.
You guys have been harping about his appearance.
What do you think about his appearance, man?
It's from what they showed in that trailer is a mishmash of everything the Joker has become lately. There's Jared Leto in there.
There's Jared Leto being the
There's
pretty
Heath
boy.
Ledger in
There's
there.
Heath Ledger with the scars.
There's a little bit of the comic side of the Joker in there.
Uh-huh.
Maybe even some like Arkham game Joker.
Yeah, maybe a little Arkham there. Well, actually, no, because he was always in a suit. Like, he was more of a cartoon. And
Wasn't this one he was rocking that kind of like tail suit?
Yeah.
He was
wearing like a leather jacket.
He's kind of like in a
Okay.
trench coat looking.
Yeah,
one,
he's a
right?
trench coat.
which is the.
But this is the thing. The appearances are customizable.
Have you guys seen his gear? I hate his fucking gear. Have you guys seen it?
I saw there was another screenshot where he looked like the
I've seen other
Killing
videos.
Joke.
Maximilian put up a video.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Maximilian's video?
No.
So Maximilian put up a video of some Joker matches. I hate his gear. His gear are baseball caps, fedoras. One of the helmets you can equip is Batman's mask as well. And his face, there's some like I don't know if it has to do with the gear or if you equip it the head or something. There's some Joker gear where he doesn't have the scars, but he has a stubble beard. I don't like that. He has like red lipstick and a stubble beard.
Okay, yeah, they're obviously pulling from certain areas of the comic.
Yeah.
And one of the screenshots I saw, he looked just like the Killing Joke. He had the Hawaiian shirt on. And
He's got the Hawaiian shirts. He has Mad Hatter top hats or fedoras, things like that. I don't like his gear. But then again, before that trailer and the screenshots even came out, I was even thinking to myself, what the hell is Joker's gear going to be? Because everybody has gear.
Well, yeah, Joker. I mean, he's always wearing. To me, it's always like he's wearing a costume all the time.
Yeah.
The Hawaiian shirts, the suits, the tailored suits and all that stuff, or just how he looks right there, like Jared Leto, just like it's just a guy who does drugs.
So I have a question for you. So just off his attitudes, personality, because the Jokers have had different personalities. What do you, from what you saw, what do you think his personality was a little bit?
Well,
besides his look.
Here's the thing: that voice it's the same voice actor for the first Injustice of Joker, but in that Injustice, he was the classic Joker. He was wearing suits. He looked like the Arkham games.
Yeah.
So that voice fit that. So when I was hearing this voice coming out of this Joker, the way he looks now, I don't think it fit at all. I don't think it fit at all. This Joker is not that same Joker that would be wearing suits all the time.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully in the gear system you can completely change that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to say because people are talking about his appearance, but it's like, well, you're gonna make him look however you want. Even the colors are gonna be different for some people.
Well, off topic. Speaking of gear system, what do you guys think? And this hasn't been confirmed yet. What do you guys think if Deadshot became Will Smith in one of the?
I don't mind it. People. I didn't have a problem with Will Smith Deadshot. I know people liked it. If it's an extra option in the game, you don't have to wear it. Anybody else can. If you want somebody wants to wear it, you want to beat the crap out of somebody wearing Will Smith Deadshot. Why not?
Yeah, it might make that fight.
You might be like, I'll make sure I'm not going to lose to this Deadshot because he looks.
I will only equip that gear if in the interaction he says no money, no honey.
All right, we'll put it this way: what if he gets all the best moves and the best armor?
Oh God!
There you go. Now you got to deal with that.
Yeah, but
I hope not, but God, I mean,
with his his attitude, what we all liked about the Heath Ledger character was, he was complex. He was, kind of an evil genius, psychotic. You didn't really, know what was going on with him. He didn't have that traditional backstory. Like he used to be a criminal, like the Jack Nicholson, Joker. And then you got obviously the Jared Leto one, which is kind of like a gangster, high level,
kind of,
almost like a rapper.
There was so little of the Jared Leto that I can't really say.
Yeah, you can't really. So what just kind of came across, what you were alluding to, was that he was a little bit of that, but just that complex character, trying to make him that complex.
Yeah,
character,
Jared Leto captured.
Heath Ledger one.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Leto. Heath Ledger captured the unpredictability of the Joker.
You know how Heath Ledger came up with that character, right? Have you guys heard that story? So when they gave him the role as the Joker, he said, "Okay, so I'm gonna go work on it." I guess for I don't know about the period of time, but
locked himself in the hotel.
He locked himself in the hotel room and he kept constantly watched Clockwork Orange.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I'd heard that Jack Nicholson was telling him, because he met up with him for the role, and was like, "Hey, this character will get in your head. Be careful, because he will really get to you."
And he saw that.
And I think it kind of did.
Exactly.
And you can disagree.
It was like he was acting like Joker offset and just walking around. I mean,
there's actually a picture on my Facebook where I guess they were taking a break on the set. Because, Heath Ledger was a skateboarder. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. He was in, what is it, Lawrence of Dogtown?
Yeah. If you look at my Facebook cover photos, there's a picture of Heath Ledger doing an ollie over Christian Bale's Batman. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't seen it.
All right. Check it out on my Facebook if you guys seen that. And then he's just shooting the shit and he does an ollie over Christian
I'll try to find
Bale.
a screenshot for the YouTube version and throw it up right now.
And you guys can disagree. You guys out there can disagree with me if you guys want. Agree to disagree. I personally think Heath Ledger was the best Joker.
Oh, it's easy. I think that one's an easy call. It's just that was one of the coolest villains, period, all time.
I mean, even the introduction to him in the bank scene,
He goes, I believe whatever's going to kill you
great
simply makes you a stranger.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go purely cinematic performances, sure, I'll give you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, for voice, Mark Hamill.
For
acting, Heath Ledger, and then
if you want to say overall Joker, that's a different story.
Yeah, it's hard to.
I just think with him, he was just such a cool villain. He was just such a good overall villain. Not even just take away the Joker side of it. Just a great villain. Great movie villain because it's so complex, he wasn't, burning half his money, just, it was cool, man.
What is he gonna do next?
Tell him, Batman, I don't hate you.
So yeah,
I'm gonna blow up a hospital.
And then real quick, Darkseid, you get his official trailer.
They've changed it twice. Like his super critical art was now a parry.
No, I think it's the same. I think it just has everybody super has armor.
Yeah, that's true too. Cause I remember the character jumping in and hitting him in the back because he turns his back on you. and then he got hit with the super. Then the other trailer comes out, it's like a heat-seeking laser.
Well, no, it came out anyway. When the guy hit him in the back, he shot out the Omega beams.
Yeah.
Regardless, so I think it just has armor.
It looks like you're gonna get your pre-orders worth from what it looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot. I'm already seeing like this horrendous future of dark sides online everywhere. Just going,
That's how every fighting game is, man. Players out there, they pick the character that does the most damage, easiest damage.
Like Deadshot, you got bullets, but I got Omega beams.
Aside from all the characters, is there new stuff as far as like the environments go? And I know you could always kind of grab the environment,
right,
and hit people with the stuff that was around.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
knock people
little things
through
like
walls. And
Well, since Injustice 1, MKX, and
they've all kind of adopted that.
Injustice 2, yeah, it's been like that. You can like throw stuff at them, you can explode stuff, jump with stuff, throw them into a different part of the stage.
So just more of that.
Yeah, the stages look better than they ever have. There's some really nice looking stages here, and they cut down the stage transitions from last time because a lot of pro players complained about.
As far as the actual time with the animation.
Yeah, because they used to be kind of long, and the pro players.
That's what happened online last
That's when you
week.
take your chance to wipe your hands and kind of.
Yeah, online last week.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you can disable interactions, but both players have to agree with it. So the guys on the mic's like, "Come on, disable the interactions." I'm like, "No." Okay, you gonna throw shit at me, motherfucker? I'm like, "Yeah."
You're just like, shut up and kiss me, man.
You know what, that's part of the game, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's part of the game.
it's not like you put in the code to do that. It's
All right,
part of the base
motherfucker, you want to
game.
throw shit at me? Yeah, I'm gonna throw Blanche at you.
Hey, they can throw stuff at you too. I mean,
Yeah, throw it back
Those
at me.
both
Jump off the tiger. That was my favorite stage. Was
Jump
the
off the tiger.
Outworld
jump off
Market.
the tiger.
Throwing
Come on, get to the tiger.
My favorite stage in MKX was the Outworld Market. I love throwing grandma at you, jumping off that tiger. You can throw a barrel at them.
In the training stage, you can throw her hologram version.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
And at the Sky Temple, you can throw a praying monk minding his own business at you.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen. No, yeah, and just too, man. It's I'm excited. Like, I wasn't kind of hyped because I wasn't liking some of the directions, but they turned it around and like they're showing more. The more I see the game, the more I'm there. I already decided. I put my pre-order money down. And I'm gonna have it day one. And but yeah, right across the pond for NetherRealms we have Capcom, and for DC we have Marvel. So yeah, Marvel's Capcom Infinite. I mean, we got competition just right across the street. So both companies, it's kind of cool. You're seeing the team ups there.
Yeah,
but I'm not too keen on I would play Marvel's Capcom 3, but everybody was shocked to even find out that Marvel's Capcom Infinite is even happening after the whole Disney fiasco and the losing the contract,
out,
and then now anybody.
3 was cool. I played a little bit of it.
Yeah, 3 was
I like the look too. I thought that was cool. It had a lot of characters. I remember.
Yeah, not
Still
as
had
much.
that face. Fast-paced action.
Yeah, very fast-paced. You watch any tournament of Marvel's Capcom 3,
So chaotic.
you'd be hard-pressed to find out what's going on unless you've seen it before.
What kind of
Yeah,
turned me
exactly.
off, because like I never played Marvel 3. What kind of turned me off is that it looked like, okay, if you get caught in one combo, you're done.
Yeah, everybody had infinites. They decided to break the game completely and say, you know what? Everybody's got infinites.
Now, do you agree with me? Don't you think that's bullshit?
I want to say yes, but then like I've seen a lot of those tournament finals, and they get really hype sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
like maybe me playing it on a competitive level, no, I don't want to be anywhere near that.
yeah.
But as a spectator, it's the reason why the game is still kicking.
Well, that's what turned me off to the game, because I guess Justin Wong got a early access to it, and he actually wrote back his review. He said the game is really, really cheap. You're dead in one combo. I'm like, nah, the hell with that. I'm not,
Yeah. As a competitor playing the game, even just for fun, if you run into anybody that knows what they're doing, it's over.
Yeah.
But as a spectator, like I said, that game's gonna be at Evo this year. That game is how old now?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Marvel 3. Yeah,
It won the fan vote, where it's like, hey, if you want to be the final game of this tournament, you got to win the fan vote. And Marvel, it'll be Marvel 3's last year because now Marvel.
But they still bring Marvel vs. Capcom 2 along, right?
No.
Not at Evo.
Evo.
People are still playing that game though.
Oh, yeah.
If you go online, you're not gonna have any trouble finding a match.
Yeah. And then they re-released on the PS4 not too long ago. I bought a copy of it.
Yeah, what was it? Ultimate Marvel
It's
vs.
just
Capcom?
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is has all the DLC characters and all
A lot
that
of characters in that.
But yeah, the new one, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, no longer 3v3, it's 2v2.
What I like about that, I kind of like that. What I also like about the tag system is you have to kill both players to win. It's not like Tekken Tag where you only have to kill one, or Tekken Cross or Street Fighter Cross Tekken you have to kill one?
I think Street Fighter Cross Tekken. No, you're right. You're right.
No,
you're right.
That's what I like about it. You have to defeat both. Yeah,
characters.
that's why I like. I always hated that for some reason. So that's what I like about the new system.
In the new character, we got a brand new roster again. A lot of people weren't too happy about Marvel vs. Capcom 3 initially because they missed a lot of the old characters. But then Capcom was like, "Look, these characters don't have games anymore. Like they had games way back in the olden days, like Jin and
They're trying to put some new faces in there.
They want to keep it relevant.
They still have that proton cannon though.
Mega Man's still kicking. You got Sigma in there.
Yeah, Sigma's in there.
I used to use the wolf. Don't remember the name now, but the white wolf was really cool.
Are you thinking
of
Darkstalkers?
That's a dog. No, the dog from Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Okami, or
yeah,
what's his name?
From Okami.
Something.
It's
Amaterasu or
Amaterasu.
Yeah, it was
Amaterasu.
cool because you could change
From
out, like, I
Okami.
think the weapons around it, which was
she had elementals types.
Yeah.
Spoilers, it was a she.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, she had different elementals. Yeah, she was pretty dope. You team her up with Beautiful Joe, and it was pretty good.
I remember seeing a lot of people use Wesker.
Yes, Wesker. One of the funny things about the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was when you switch characters, they would say the name of the guy that's tagging in.
Mm-hmm.
So you would hear like badass Wesker from Resident Evil going Spider-Man, stuff like that.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it was real dumb.
They recorded that voiceover for all.
Yeah, they all had like if you tagged out, the person that was in tagging out would call the guy's name out.
It's a lot of voiceover.
It was like that for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There's a few I liked from Street Fighter Cross Tekken, like Kazuya. I like when Kazuya was like, "Get your ass in there." Kazuya would say that, and if your partner was a female, Brian Fury was like, "Okay, woman," like that.
Okay. Classic Brian Fury,
Yeah.
But nothing else on Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, things are barely checking out. They had their first like a real trailer. I think they just had a teaser initially.
Yeah, I'll speak about it a little bit. I'll speak about
the gems is a big thing, right? With it, the gems. Is like
I don't know if they have gems in it.
Yeah, they're gonna have an
are?
Infinity Gem system.
I mean, isn't it like so you have like a one-off kind of power you can use?
Well,
during fights
they
or
haven't really
something?
talked about that, but in the original, was it Marvel vs. Capcom or X-Men versus something? They had the Infinity Gems, and you could pick them up while you're fighting.
Was that the old game?
Yeah, it was one of the old
arcaders?
2C games. Yeah, arcade games. Yeah.
Well, I can speak on both the trailer and what I think of it. I think the trailer looks awesome. For one thing, the story mode looks awesome. I like that they have Sigma back in there, as Sigma's one of the villains with what's his name, Ultron.
Yeah, he's teaming up with Ultron.
Yeah, they combine forces and they become Ultron Sigma. So I like that. From the
They're
trailer,
always painting Ultron to be the big bad.
yes, from the trailer, who's making the return? Chris Redfield's making a return. Thor, Hulk, Chun-Li. Yeah.
Chun-Li's got legs.
Yeah, Chun-Li or Thunder Thighs. And then I think the only new character, I mean, he's already been confirmed for a long time, but the only new character in that trailer was X, I believe.
Well, also Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. So at the end of the trailer, they said, okay, get the deluxe edition. You get 6 new skins, 6 DLC characters, and you get these figurines, right? But the deluxe edition is gonna be like what, $100?
Oh, the figurine one? No, that's $200.
Are you kidding me? 200? Oh, what?
You get 4 figurines.
Oh, wow.
You get Chun-Li.
You get Chun-Li, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, and X.
Yeah, and X.
And you get a box with the damn Time Spear gems, whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah, you get a box with the replica.
And then you get 6 DLC characters, and you get 6 skins.
Yep.
I cannot remember the last fighting game where I actually used a DLC. Actually, I'm sorry. Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I used Brian Fury. MKX, I did not use any of the DLC characters. Street Fighter, I'm still not using any of the DLC characters. So that's why I do not buy these DLC character crap, because I don't know if I'm going to like them.
Well, I got a confession. I'm doing it for Injustice because it's DC Comics. So I'm gonna like all of them voluntarily.
No, but Injustice, you're not paying more. Oh,
yeah, I bought the Ultimate Edition. So
yeah, you got the Ultimate Edition.
I'm getting 9 characters that I don't know anything about.
Like I'm getting Darkseid, but I didn't pay any fucking extra for Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Darkseid. What the hell am I talking about?
I would, if I didn't correct you, I would kill myself later.
Don't they say it both ways?
No.
Yeah, if you didn't correct me, we would have got an angry face on Facebook.
Oh, Darkseid.
Tell that Sub-Zero guy he got the name wrong.
Yeah, that Sub-Zero guy.
Angry face.
But yeah, no, not too much out about Marvel yet, but it's coming out this year, and we got
September. So it's not
It
going
still
to be.
kind of has like that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 cell shaded style.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it had like these big 20-hit combos you can do. It has super moves, tagging out, in and out.
It looks good. It's nice to see that we got some competition in the fighting game world. And,
Won't be there at Evo, but still, it comes out in September. So
yeah, it'll be out way after you. So
so we'll see how we like it.
Okay, and that's gonna do it for like video game chat. We got something a little different here. Danny, you haven't listened to the whole album, but give us a little bit of first impression on the new Gorillaz album.
Well, first of all, you're a big fan, right?
I was a big fan
Until this
album dropped, and then it killed me.
Danny, dreams. The first Gorillaz album was the first one I ever bought.
Is that why I saw you on the street right now breaking a CD?
Yeah.
He still bought a CD.
That was the Gorillaz CD. He still bought a CD.
That's the real tragedy.
Treated it as a.
See, I did that with Incubus, but that turned out to be okay. That turned out to be pretty good.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
All right.
And it had been like years and years since they had albums in between.
But this album, Gorillaz album, like everybody's starting hitting it because most people, including me, because they all thought it was just gonna be the old Gorillaz back, but it wasn't. They had so many features, so many people coming into their CDs and messing with their music, and it wasn't the same thing.
Are they guest people or
people just rapping inside of it or singing? It's not just them anymore.
Gorillaz was never like, they're not a band.
They're not a band. They're
a music project.
But apparently they added like a ton of more people.
Get the project right.
They went overboard.
So they added people that nobody liked.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So I have a question for you because I'm not the biggest Gorillaz fan. Obviously, I'm alive, so I've heard of them.
Yeah.
How long has it been since the albums? What's the time gap between?
Wow, it was
like I said, the first Gorillaz one was the first one I ever bought. So you're talking.
I didn't buy it, but I listened to it.
2002.
2002, I think.
Probably,
And then this one is
is
the second one since.
No, this is the third one. Right? Third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just saying downhill.
But there's been a big gap since the last one.
Oh, so there's a long gap since
there's a big gap since the last one.
The last one, how was it?
The last one was amazing.
Okay,
the last one was amazing, but after that, since they took that break, like their music, and like their inspiration for music just changed from each other. They're not the same thing anymore.
Oh, that's so disappointing when bands fall. That's just like you said, it's heartbreaking. Like when your favorite band. I mean, games are one thing. Like music though, that goes to your soul. So when they fall off, man, it's just like why, like. Because you want to like it, and you're giving them every opportunity to have a fan like you did. To say
their last album was in 2010, so 7 years.
7 years. Well, that's the thing. Everybody wanted them to come back and do something else, and there you go. Be careful what you wait for.
They did, but
they forced it on them.
They forced it.
Yeah,
they were like done. As far as I remember, they were done with the Gorillaz project. Like we're done. We did our 3 albums, and
you should let them go with it.
Because they were all from separate bands. They already had their own stuff going on. It was just something they wanted to get together and try out as an experiment.
Yeah, and it was working until they didn't want to do it.
And then now you're like, all right, we'll come back, but we need help because
it's
so how much did you pay for it to listen to the whole? No.
Actually got it on Spotify.
It's free to listen to on Spotify right now.
Okay.
And the first, because they actually released 5 tracks just to sample them, and they were amazing.
So you like the samples?
The sample was amazing because it was just them, just Gorillaz.
There's 5 samples, you said?
It was first 5. It was just them, just the Gorillaz band.
Okay.
But then they just started adding other people in.
The actual songs featured other artists in this tracks. Which they did in the originals. You had De La Soul coming out and all that stuff, but I guess they went super heavy this time.
They went like super heavy. Every song it has a different person,
Yeah.
And like you said, like be careful what you wish for. I mean, I think that's the thing to artists. You have to like let them do it. Because if not, what are you gonna get? I remember Quentin Tarantino saying that. Plenty of times he said this, like I only want to do 10 movies and I'm done. So I don't want to see him go after that because that means he didn't want to do it. I don't want to see him go over that.
How many movies has he done? How many movies has he done?
I think he's like at 7. Something like that.
He's getting there. He did a couple ones like real quick.
Yeah. So he said he's stuck to that. So.
But it's true. Probably one of the hardest things about being an artist is when you finally land something big. And then everybody kind of wants you to do the same thing. You're like, you want to do something else.
Yeah, it's like Zelda all over again. Yeah. They just like keep asking for
upgrades. It's like if you climb Mount Everest, how much higher can you climb? So
you want me to jump when I get to the top?
Yeah, I might as well jump to the top. See if without a parachute. See what happens.
You just get to the top of Mount Fuji and you're like, no.
No, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest. I'm gonna climb Mount Everest shirtless. How about that?
Yeah, 5 minutes later he died.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's it on the Gorillaz.
Pretty much. I mean, if you want to listen to it, everyone has their own opinion, but on mine, it's just different.
What's your favorite track? If you have to listen
if
to
I have one, it's called Saturn, I think.
I mean, are they all bad? Is there at least one decent?
They are. The first, like I said, the first 5 were amazing. They were the old.
So there's 5 good songs.
There are 5 good songs.
Okay, out of how many?
That's a lot. Like around 25 tracks.
Okay, so only 5 are good out of 20. So the rest of the 20 suck.
We'll go ahead and listen to those first 5 that you recommend.
Yeah, we might
The
stop
first
right there.
5. The first
The
5.
first 5 that they initially released just to demo their CD were amazing.
And then 6 through 25 sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna trust your judgment because you have a Social D shirt, so you obviously have good taste in
Alright.
music. So that's
Smart.
good. Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
Danny
gonna
knows
listen
his
to those
music,
first 5.
guys.
Okay.
So I think you should listen to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust your judgment.
All right, so Gorillaz, find out for yourself, or take Danny's word for it.
That's kind of the opposite of the Incubus. It was only 10 tracks.
Mhm.
One of them was an interlude, where it's just like a 30-second thing, not even considered a track.
Okay.
And then another one was an instrumental, so it's like you have 8 songs. Really?
All right. Well, yeah, maybe we've 2 podcasts in a row with music. That's pretty cool. Gotta get some more music stuff.
Next
in
time
here.
I'm gonna tell my Incubus story next podcast.
Nice.
Remind me to tell it. It's
Yeah,
a good
Adrian
one.
got a lot of stuff.
I got a good Incubus story.
Yeah.
Where
You can tell it right now if you want.
So how much time?
You got time. We're not even on an hour yet. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay, so like I said,
Shut it down. Here we go.
so
kids.
the MMA,
We'll do it live.
MMA world. I say we get to meet a lot of people, right? So we're at the. It's not great. It's a good story. We're at Trist in Vegas. That's the club at Encore. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of my bigger fighters. They get celebrities are fans of the UFC and MMA. So I go there with Travis Brown, heavyweight. Who's against Ronda Rousey now. He's a UFC heavyweight. I used to train him for a while. So we go there and we get in the club. They have a table. Travis does, and with a few of the other guys from the gym. And right there at the table, there's a couple guys from Incubus. So a couple guys from the band, and they're huge, huge UFC fans, right? So the DJ and one of the guitar players, so they're big fans, Ben from right there.
He's a long-haired white dude, right?
Yeah. So they're huge, big fans. So we're there, and it's all band guys, guys from the band, and UFC fighters. So that's what's at the table, and hot chicks because they're a band.
Yeah, they're gonna be there.
And but the guys from Incubus super cool, man. Really chill. They're just while they they're bottle of champagnes and bottle of Grey Goose and all that. They're drinking Coronas. They have their own bucks. They're just drinking beer. And my friend introduces me to them. Couldn't be cooler, man. They're sitting there asking me questions about fighting. They're asking me questions about the fighters, boxing techniques. I'm like, you asking me questions? Like, that's awesome, man. Yeah,
You're the celebrity.
Yeah, man, I answer that all day, So mind you, I have long hair, so I'm there. I'm with my hair down, right? I have, real close, so my hair is straight down.
In.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm actually
So the story. So
I'm jealous.
So we're there, and then there's one guy in a good-looking dude in a nice suit. He's in a 3-piece suit, right? So he's the only one that doesn't fit, but the guy's still cool. He's sitting there. Come out like he's the vice president of VIP, right? So he gets all the tables and all that. He's getting all the VIPs in there, So he talks to me. He gives me his card. He's talking to me for a little bit. He's like, "Hey man, whenever you're in town, so, gave me the card. Man, I got you. Whatever you need." So this is the time when we're there filming the Ultimate Fighter show, Cruz versus Faber, and so we're going out every single night. 'Cause I'm living there for a couple months, right? So we're going out every night. So sure enough, 2 days later, I go back to we go back to the same club, and I see that guy again. We're partying. He's like, "Hey man," the guy who's the VIP host. He's like, "Hey, I got a table right here down by the DJ. We got chicks there. We got booze all. You want to come?" I'm like, hell yeah, I want to come. Like free booze and hot chicks.
Yep.
And he has 2 of the hottest Asian chicks with him, right? And he introduces me. He's like, "Hey, what's up? This is Adrian." And one of them is kissing me on the mouth, hot, right? And I'm like, hey, I know you. She's like, oh, no, I don't know you, but if you're with him, you're cool, right? So I'm going down there. I'm partying with these dudes all night, right? Drinking high-end liquor. And so we're just talking, and these chicks are like, all over. I'm like, why is it so easy for me to talk to these girls? And these are 10s, man. I'm like, I'm not just pulling 10s like that, I got money. Yeah. Like, these are girls who get guys with money. And so I start talking to do a little more. I'm like, hey, man, thanks. This is cool shit. So, hey, man, so I got you. Whenever, it's like, damn, this was really nice. Like, is he into me? Is he gay? Like, he's really into me.
What's the catch?
He's like, dude, hey, whenever you guys play in town, whenever your band rolls in, man, I got you with everything. I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm with the band.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I was like, oh, dude. So
You rolled with it?
You're like,
I rolled. I didn't correct him. I'm like, I was like, yeah, man, hey, dude, you're my guy whenever I come here. Like, but see, the dude, even though he's a VIP hosting, like, he never, like, even though he knows Incubus is and heard of him, he's never actually paid attention to who's actually in the band.
Pictures.
Yeah. He just figures, I'm around. I didn't look like the UFC guys. Actually, my hair is down. Long black hair. I must be in the band. So I just like, but ever since then, I still hit him up when I go to Vegas.
He's like, where's the rest of the guys?
Yeah. So, yeah, but the Incubus guys, they're big MMA fans, and they couldn't be cooler, man. Cool. So they're awesome people.
So that's the beauty about being involved in MMA.
Yeah.
You get involved with MMA. You're going to have so much fun.
Yeah. You, even if, you're not anybody important, you can pretend you are.
Yeah. That's the moral of the story, kids. Yeah. All right, and kind of one of the last things I had, any of you guys big fans of the last Mad Max movie?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yes.
Fury Road.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of driving.
Huge fan. Yeah.
Before you guys get mad, send all your hate mail to the one person that hasn't seen it here.
Grandmaster. Yeah, you go ahead.
I'm going to make them watch it tonight. Yeah.
Good. That'd be good.
Why hasn't the Sub-Zero guy seen it?
Yeah, the Sub-Zero. But, the movie, came and went, I think last year, right?
Tom Hardy.
And Mad Max, Charlize Theron.
Whoever else was there.
Charlize Theron was there as Furiosa. It's a pretty good name. And the movie won Academy Awards.
Yeah, it was... Like,
so it won Academy Awards?
No, it nominated.
It won.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. But
how the fuck did I miss this movie?
How did you miss?
But it was nominated for like Best Picture. Right?
Yeah, I don't think it won.
No, it didn't win. I know it didn't win, but it was nominated.
What did it win?
Something.
You're putting me on the spot here, but
it's got to be some kind of.
It was nominated.
Best Supporting Actor, Actress.
It might have been for music or direction. I can't remember.
But just the fact it's nominated. I mean, that's big.
It won. The fact that it won
something.
For a movie like that,
it's a straight up action movie.
Yeah. So what are they doing with it in theaters now?
Okay. So somehow you read my mind because I didn't get to that part yet. But
so what did they do?
We're talking about it. So what did they do? What's going on now?
Tomorrow, or the day you'll be listening to this, would be the day of. So I guess I should say today they're re-releasing it in theaters for one day only. But in black and white, black and chrome edition, they're called.
Chrome, okay.
So, which is apparently
the fancier white.
It never really was white, was it? We called it black and white, but it was always black and gray.
Black and gray. But apparently, this is not like people want to say like, oh, just watch it on your TV and turn off the color setting. Like, no, they went back and meticulously edited. It's not straight up black and white. Like, you can see everything. And it's. It's black and chrome, so there's shine in there.
Okay.
There was actual work that went into this, I want to say.
I wonder how that translates for a movie with that kind of action.
It's hard to say, and especially with the movie had great color. Like it looked like one color palette most of it, but like the fires were like bright red.
It was good. Like
it was cool. Very good looking. So I'm curious to see how this looks.
I'm assuming you're going to go see it.
Yeah, by the time you listen to this, I probably would have seen it already.
Danny, what about you? You going to see it?
Of course, yeah.
Why don't you and Rod just go ahead and carpool with that movie?
No, we are.
Yeah,
we all go see it, man.
We should.
We might have to take a team trip down there.
Yeah.
Well, brainstorm and...
Yeah, man, we got to take a team trip down there so we can really...
We can all gush about it,
next week. This will be his first time, so, that's cool, man.
Is it all theaters or just a certain movie theater?
I think it might be certain theaters, because, usually when they do these things, it's usually in select theaters.
It's not $5 Palm?
No, but don't worry. I'll look it up.
Hey, we'll find out, man.
For sure, yeah. We'll look into this after that. But for all you guys,
me and Tanner are going to be severely hungover, so we can't drive. But,
I got you guys.
So there we go. There we go.
We got the Lyft driver here.
Got the
It's all
Lyft,
good.
bro. I got you guys, man.
We got
Alright.
the king of fucking Lyft right here.
I got you guys.
All right, well,
I'm a Lyft driver too. That's fun.
Nice.
I'm gonna I'll get drunk and then Lyft drive myself.
It's a great. It's a great cover. Well, I can't possibly be drunk. I'm a Lyft driver.
Come on, man. But yeah, that's man.
I'm not really gonna do that. Don't worry.
Let's see it.
Let's do it, dude.
Don't take it too serious. We're not going to do that.
We'll gush about it next week, and
Awesome.
hopefully we get some new impressions from Mr. Sub-Zero over here.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so that's gonna do it for us. And
Already?
we're at the hour mark. Unless you guys got someone else you
God,
want
so
to say.
time flies when you're having fun, man.
It's time to take care of the usual things. So where can we be reached, Mr. Tanner?
Everyday Thread on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, no Snapchat yet. Don't really feel like a need for it yet, but the website, of course, everydaythread.com, which has not been updated in a while. Sorry about that. As far as the writing goes,
I'll take blame for that too.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of. We've been heavy on the podcast and the YouTube gaming. You can also find us on YouTube, Everyday Thread. But yeah, I would love to get back to writing articles and stuff. So if you're hearing this and you feel like you want to write, I have actually a PayPal account, so I'll actually pay people to write. You just give me a message and what you want to write about, and we'll work something out. So
Yeah, shoot us some feedback. And
Hey, you know what else you should get back into, dude? You should get back into drawing, man.
oh, here we
You,
go.
you were a fucking artist in high school.
I know, and I've lost a lot of that skill because I just don't practice it too much anymore.
Muscle memory, give it a couple days, we'll get it right
Yeah.
back. Every time we had a substitute teacher in our class, Tanner fucking literally Kat Von D portraited that fucking substitute
Yeah, it was like
teacher.
a detective sketch or something.
It was oh god, you would have been fucking great at that.
Courtroom sketch, man. You could have been that guy.
Yeah.
That's a career.
Okay, we're gonna pass you on to Tanner. He's our sketch artist over here. No, you would have been perfect.
You know,
at
you
that.
should do. You should courtroom sketch this podcast every week.
That would be cool.
And then by the end of the podcast, you have a portrait, even though it's going to look the same every week.
It was always funny too, man, because you draw the 110% perfect portrait of our substitute teacher, and then you put a word bubble on it and say some stupid shit.
I think I got caught by a teacher one time.
You-
and I got in trouble.
No, you didn't. You got caught, but fucking we were passing it around, and it went to fucking Reggie,
That'd be funny.
and then
dude.
and then Reggie, the teacher went up to Reggie like, "Give me that," and then Reggie's looking at you. Should I blame him or take it? And Reggie's like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll take it."
Thanks, Reggie.
Shout out to Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie.
That's funny. You're making that of the teacher, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" Well, I was just starting the cops' work. You kind of look like a rapist here. So
No. Actually, Reggie did not get in trouble because the teacher was so impressed with the artwork. Reggie was like,
Oh, I think I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. That
Yeah.
sounds right to me.
his name was Mr. Mustle.
Like,
The
I'm not
only
even
the
mad.
only reason I remember that is because everyone kept calling him Mr. Mustard. So Muscle was like, "This is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna punish you."
Reggie, you're quite
As
the
you
artist.
were.
And then I'm like, no, that was me.
No wonder Reggie took the credit for it.
Yeah.
But that was funny. He was like looking at you, then looking at Muscle, looking at you, looking at Muscle. Reggie's like, "Fuck it, I'll take the blame." But he didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
And
Other than that, actually, I've been wanting to do a comic where I'd use real life photos with kind of like a cartoony style filter over it for like a short comic, but I don't have any writers for the story. So if you
got one right here.
if you're listening, Rodrigo, hey, hell yeah.
Got one right here.
So if you got something, it's something I have to I can base in the real world, because I've had a couple of stories sent to me, but it was like the writing was like the guy lives up in the snowy woods and he's got like a shotgun and stuff, and it's like I can't really get access to that stuff and translate it.
I live right here in the real world with you, so
Yeah,
I can
well, you know what I mean. Stuff I can get like access to if I'm going to be using real photos
I got- you
for
know,
for the panels and
me and him,
everything.
I guarantee you'll be able to come up with something. And you know what? I got some stuff too.
So that would be
right
awesome,
here,
because then I want to put that up as like some original
Let's get
kind
up.
of a.
our
it's
podcast
the
is going.
beginning of a new time, kids. And
Yeah.
before we go, guys, to hear from the Grandmaster, where can we reach you?
Okay, you can reach me at YouTube, Grandmaster space Gamma GAMA, or one word together. That's my Twitter. Also, I do have quite a bit of followers on YouTube, which I'm very grateful for. This podcast will eventually be uploaded on my YouTube channel. If you watch the video, just leave in the comments section, since my viewers do respond a lot. Leave in the comment section what would you like us to talk about, because we'll talk about anything. anything.
Or even just questions, too.
Yeah, we would love
Questions,
to have the
too.
little section
We can do-
near the end or somewhere where we just do some kind of reading off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would love a Q&A at the end of the
I did a 100 subscribers Q&A, and I got really, really good feedback from that. So now that I have a lot more subscribers than that, I won't expect anything less. So if you got any questions, go ahead and ask. I will answer them, or we will answer them in the podcast. If there's any topics you want to discuss or want to know what we think about, just ask, and we'll go ahead and do it. We always do that. All of us, all subscribers, viewers, followers comes first. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we got some. Well, there's some shirts and designs and phone cases and stickers and posters and accessories that we have too online. So maybe we'll, I don't know, shoot someone a email of the week or a question and maybe send out something to you guys. I don't know, a little pack of stickers or whatever. I don't know.
There are things in the works here.
Yeah, we're going to get you guys some
But last but not least, special guest no more, but reoccurring series regular here. Adrian, where can people find
you? Guys can get me at on Twitter, AMEL619, Adrian Melendrez. So you guys shoot me any questions, anything you guys want, I'll get back at you. So, you guys, right there on Twitter.
All right.
AMEL619, we'll put it. Link it on the podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll put my handle up for you guys.
Okay.
I'm not going to remember that, so
Yeah,
let me know.
That's the show, kids. One last, again, happy birthday to Tanner. Welcome to the Big
Big
3-0.
30.
And
Thanks,
3-0.
Oh, that feels weird.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the...
Buy him
Not
some
too
just
upbeat
for,
about it,
buy
but-
him some just for men for his beard. It's getting great right now.
It's happening. Salt and pepper all day.
I need it.
Gotcha.
I'm going to have to start putting that in my shopping cart.
Nah,
at the
don't
store.
do that. Don't do that. 'Cause I'll tell you from experience, chicks dig the salt and pepper.
Chicks
So
dig it.
And in the immortal words of the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker. Give us a Joker line before we go.
what do you want me to say? I can say anything. I can say anything Heath Ledger say.
Give us the why so serious.
Why so serious?
All right, good night, everybody.
You want
See
to
you
know
later.
how I got these scars?
All right, that's it. One line, kids. Good night. Next one, you got paid for it.
Yeah, you got a bonus right there.
Yeah. All right. See you guys all later. Take care.
See ya.